7.
8, 9. Hi, people.
Hi, people. And now we zoom. Look at that. Big scary monster, huh? Okay, let's sit down and talk about the toys. What was yesterday? It was Fours Friday, the second of the annual obligatory Star Wars consumer holidays.
Yeah.
What toys are we gonna open?
I want to open this toy because.
So you want to open Rey in her Jedi training outfit with the Praetorian Guard?
Yeah.
Praetorian!
That.
Because apparently there's a Spanish farmer involved in the Last Jedi movie. That's a gladiator joke.
I want this one. I want to open this one because I want to open this one first.
You want to open that one first? Okay. Alright. And I'm going to open the Rathon. Because it took 2 years for them to sell me a Rathon. And I want a giant tentacle monster to eat my bad guys. Be careful with the little pieces.
Okay. I will.
You need my help opening the tray?
No.
Okay.
Need help. Don't capture.
I'll help. There you go. Yay! They grow up so fast. I will help you. We're gonna leave the little tiny pieces in there, okay? He's a trooper. He's a Praetorian Guard. I think he's one of Snoke's guards. Do you know who Snoke is? Snoke is, well, we think Snoke is the big bad guy.
I need this guy.
So, it's the Rey Jedi Training and Praetorian Guard 2-pack. One of the pack-in weapons is a 2-piece bladed staff thing for the Praetorian. Do you want him to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm her who turned lightsaber.
Okay, I'll get her lightsaber out in 1 second. So both these figures are 5-point of articulation, you know, the H-crotch thing, the mummy arms. Feels like this head's on a ball joint, but the sculpt is sculpted so that there's not much knot. It just moves back and forth. Rey and her lightsaber. Let me get that out. Oh, wow, lots of accessories in here.
No, don't go with.
So Rey comes with, you know, the Star Wars version of Excalibur, being Anakin's lightsaber.
Nope. Here, find it because.
And same 5 points of articulation. Same problem with the head. It feels like it's on a ball joint, but it's sculpted in a way that you can't actually knot it, so it turns back and forth. I will say the Hasbro is bringing back the super articulated figures. It sounds like they're almost all repacks of existing super articulated figures, very few new stuff. But I'm hoping that some Last Jedi figures come out in that line, because that would be awesome. And then they will get me to buy this again.
Open yours now. Okay.
You want me to open mine now? Okay. So you open Rey and a Praetorian. I'm gonna open Balatik and a Rathtar, because yeah, giant tentacle monster. This is one scary. bit scary.
Hi.
Is it fun scary or is it scary scary?
Hide.
Oh, it's very securely packaged. There we go. Okay, so
Oh,
instructions.
you can't put that down. You can't put that down. You can't board with dog.
Let's talk about Balatique first.
But I really
Another 5-point of articulation figure. This is the guy that confronts Han Solo about his startup capital bet
I'm being
in The Force Awakens.
Can I see Dada?
He looks fine for like a tertiary character, but the paint apps on the actual figure are not as good as they are in the sample on the box in the box art. But it's fine for a background character. I'm happy. At least his eyes are straight. Okay, now I've heard that this is a beast to assemble.
Then just get something. But it'll be so simple.
It'll be so scary for you. Here's the base of the figure.
Huh?
This is what it looks like when it bites on Captain Phasma.
Why?
Because that's what this thing does. It's a tentacle monster that eats things.
I know, but some people kill monsters in the movie. Why?
The Rathtars in the movie do not. Yeah.
Because
Wrath in a bag of tentacles.
they're for hands.
I'm trying to make them do some tentacling.
You lost one. Silly.
And I'm gonna look right at the instructions because I've heard that this is difficult to assemble. I'm not gonna make the beast to assemble pun twice. And they are lettered. So the tentacles are lettered. So let's see if they're actually marked with letters. Oh, they are actually marked with letters. Cool. So this should, there's a D. So this is A, B, C. That's, we're practicing the alphabet. So that's whole A, B, C, D. It's educational. Thank you, Hasbro. I don't get enough opportunities to say the alphabet in front of my child. And this one is,
Serious?
they're printed. This one is also D. That can't possibly be right. Maybe it's C.
There's pepper on there.
Yeah, it is. So they also, there's like silhouetted outlines of them, and they seem to be fairly accurate shapes. Shapes that reflect the shape of the tentacle that's supposed to go into the hole. There's that's this one. This one is
Where is that? That's her. This guy got her.
oh hey, look at that! I'm doing these in the wrong hole.
Huh?
My placement was one off because I started my count in the wrong place. So that's hole A, B, C, D, E.
Where's he in him now?
Yeah, he's just a big old tentacle sack.
Is something in him now?
So my only real complaint is the labeling on the tentacles makes it a little bit hard to figure out where to place them. But I think if the labeling was any more obvious, I would complain about it detracting from
Let me
what the
see.
finished toy looks like.
See him out.
So I really don't. This pretty great figure, good paint apps. It's obviously made out of two parts glued together, plus all the tentacles. So there's like the meat sack part and the mouth part, and the glue joint between the meat sack and the mouth part is a little iffy. But for a background monster, I think it's a fine representation. Did you want him to try and eat Balatik?
No.
You want him to try and eat the. Arr, 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 arr. So, is this the scariest toy that you have? That we have in the house?
No.
It's not the scariest. What toy is scarier than this? The other red guy? Maybe the alien queen? Is the alien queen scarier? Okay. You ready to talk about whether or not they're cool or awesome?
Why almost eat those?
Ray's almost getting bit by the Rathtar.
Yeah.
So, Ray and the Praetorian, cool or awesome?
That guy is awesome. That guy is awesome. And that guy is awesome. That one is cool. And this one is awesome too. Awesome. Cool.
I think we're developing a scale system where each figure is rated on several points. I'm not aware on what the points are, but it sounds like these three figures scored awesomes across the board. This figure is somewhere between cool and awesome. Is that right? Okay. So do you recommend these toys for playing for small children? For you? Yeah? Okay. My sample size of 1 says that kids like toys. You want to say goodbye to the peoples? Don't stare too long into the abyss, because it'll stare back.
This guy knocked.
He knocked her over, yeah. You want to say goodbye to the peoples? Bye, peoples. Bye, peoples.
Bye, people.